Hello, welcome to the Tutors of Life podcast where we research life so you don't have to. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam.
Go ahead.
We tutoring?
We're tutoring.
What are we tutoring on, Shaun? Oh, this is a tutor episode where we try to teach you something good.
There we fucking go.
There you go. I got there.
We're talking about your motivation.
Oh, motivation and discipline. The first thing that I think about when I hear about motivation and stuff is what George Bryant said to us. Is that your phone or is that me?
Yeah, it's just blowing up over some dumb shit. Go ahead.
So do you remember what George Bryant said when we were in Vegas?
I don't think so.
Because Kyle asked, like, what do you do when you have a lack of motivation?
Yes.
And George said, I love this question. And he's like, why do you think you have a lack of motivation?
Yep.
Or, like, why do you think you need more motivation? That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle just mentioned about how we went to Arte, and that really, like, pushed him and wanted him to start progressing more. So he asked, like, well, how do you just keep that going? And basically they told us, like, we needed to find, like, our why, like, our why we're doing it.
Sure.
Right? I'm pretty sure. But it's always, like, a constant thing for us. I think that was what, like, our second or third episode we've ever done on here, actually.
Yeah, dude, so George went deep on it. And he went and he said...
Why the fuck did you say sure if you knew what... Fuck you.
No, because you're right. He did start with that.
Mm-hmm.
But then he mentioned, he's like, there's so many ways to unpack this. You can go into, like, the theory of what motivation is, what we believe motivation is, how people get motivation, what they consider motivation to be. And it's like a long, deep thing. Why do you think you need motivation, right? That was like what you said, that he was the first thing. Like, why do you think you need motivation?
Yeah.
And what it came down to, because we talked to him and Dan Rosterunner about it, was you don't need motivation.
Right, you don't.
You need discipline.
Mm-hmm. And that's something I think we have learned more in the past, like, 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, one of our first 5 episodes was motivation, and that was in 2021.
2020.
2020? We've been doing this for 3 years?
2021?
I think it was 2021.
Huh. I'm interested when we started this. Keep going.
And, yeah, I mean, back then, we just kind of thought, like, we always had to have this motivation. And I've written blogs about it, and now that I think about it, I think back, what we meant is you did need discipline. We never said that, but, like, motivation can get you, like, good spurts of energy. So, like, how I like to consider it is like a campfire. When you put logs on the fire flares up and goes really big, but then it eventually dies back down, and then you have to add logs again, and it's just like a constant up and down. Or you could have, like, a gas fireplace, and it's just consistent forever and ever until you turn it off or turn it up.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
or it needs maintenance.
Yes. So I talked about, like, how I want to be the gas fireplace. I want to be just...
You talked about that in our motivation one?
No, in my blog.
Oh, I was going to say, how the fuck do you remember that?
No, I wish we would have known we were talking about this. I would have...
That's all right. We can do another one on this. So, we talked... Our first episode was on January 24th of 2021.
So 2 years. Okay.
And the motivation was our third episode.
I knew it was the top 5.
And it was on February 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had vacationing, real estate.
Okay, that's not what this podcast is.
This is sick, dude. We had so many things.
I know. Shaun, put your phone away.
All right, I'm sorry.
And so what we realized over time is that, and what a lot of motivational people have been saying now, actually, because I've been hearing it a lot more in the past 6 months, is that you need discipline. You don't need motivation.
Right.
obviously, like, motivation helps, like, get you going, or if there's a day when Shaun and I need to get a lot of stuff done, it's good to have that motivation to push us through that heavy day. But discipline is what keeps you going.
Yes, discipline's what gets you through the hard days. Discipline's what gets you through most days.
Yeah.
Motivation, when you get it, utilize it. Like, if you have motivation for a day or two or a week, use that motivation and get a shit ton of stuff done. Maybe start a habit and start doing the things that you want to be disciplined on when you have the motivation. So that way, that motivation is going to crash. And so start that habit and get that discipline. So when it does crash, you're operating. Sorry.
You started it and then I had to finish. But yeah, I think it's so much simpler than what I ever like imagined. Obviously discipline is a hard thing to gain and to keep doing, I would say, right? Would you say discipline's hard to gain and keep going?
The hardest.
Yeah. And if you can't keep that consistency up, then maybe it's not something you're passionate about. Maybe it's not something you should be doing. Right? You should kind of, if you've tried for like 2-3 years and you're still not disciplined, you're telling me you should give up or you shouldn't give up?
How about smoking cigarettes?
It's valid.
Posting on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a level to it.
You need to have your why, right? Like, if your why's not there, then you're never going to get the discipline.
Right.
You'll have those little motivation bursts, but you'll never get the discipline if you don't have a good why.
Right.
If you don't have the passion.
Right.
So, I don't know. If you don't care enough about it and you can't get disciplined after a while, then I would rethink about if your your passion are actually there or not, and to maybe reevaluate what you're trying to go after.
Makes sense.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, so discipline's extremely easy. Or no, sorry. Discipline is extremely simple. One of the most simple things.
Yes.
But it is not easy.
No.
Very difficult.
Very.
And discipline can be the same thing as like one and the same as consistency. And so those things, it's simple, but it's not easy.
Correct. That's a good, or that's the main focus of 75 Hard.
Right.
Is gaining that discipline. So you have to think, right, like, it takes 75 days to gain that discipline. Or to, like, have it fully engrossed in you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ingrained in you.
Yeah, but then, you can just bounce back on day 76.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously.
I think that goes back to the why.
Yeah, that's very true.
I think if you're doing 75 Hard and you're not, like, trying to figure out your why, I think at the end of 75 Hard, you're going to be in a bad spot.
Yeah. We know someone.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, dude, you hear people talk about it. Like, DJ talked about it on Real AF with Andy. Well, like, dude, when he got to the day 75, he finished 75, he didn't know what to do the next day. He was, like, scared, so he just kept doing it because he was like, if I quit doing this, am I going to be the same person I was? Like, am I going to just bounce back in all the way, be the same shit? And Andy's like, no. Like, you need to not necessarily start the next thing. He's, like, a big proponent of starting the Live Hard program right after that. But he's, like, big on, like, continuing with the mission, continuing that discipline, and not just going back to your same old shit and trying to, like...
Then I think it's, like, it shows you that you can do it. Like, you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Right.
So then you can take that discipline and put it elsewhere in your life.
Right, yep.
So that's kind of why, like, Shaun and I did our 5 priorities, is we're trying to be disciplined in those 5 priorities. And I don't know about you. I've been doing a lot better with a lot of mine than I was before.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
I'm obviously still not perfect on a lot of them.
I'm doing a lot better on my priorities than I ever have before.
Yes.
I would say in like my 5 priorities, I'm doing them a lot more than I ever did the 5 of them before.
Well, maybe on not our next talk episode. One of these talks episodes will give you guys a percentage of like how many times we hit these things before and how many times now.
I don't have exact percentages, honey. I don't track that stuff.
We got to get you a chart, man.
Yeah. I need to start tracking my food again, though. I quit tracking my food because the app I was using, as cool as it was, unless I upgraded and started paying, I couldn't enter my actual like macros and body fat and stuff. And so I got kind of mad and quit doing it.
Yeah.
But I should just like...
do it on something.
Yeah. I should either just pay for the app or do it.
Yeah.
It's just whatever. I mean, it's like fucking $10 a month, which isn't the end of the world. They have fucking rock solid abs. $10 a month for solid abs.
Yeah. So discipline in shortness is just being pretty much having like habits that you need. So one of our things is obviously like content creating for Tutors of Life. So one of like my disciplines is I need to post on Instagram at least once a day. And that's like being disciplined is by doing it at the exact same time every single day, no questions asked. Yeah. So I don't know, would you say they're more like being disciplined is like being more structured in your habits, or what do you think? Should we look up the definition of discipline?
Yeah. I mean, my simple thing with discipline is just doing the things you're supposed to do, whether you want to or not.
The practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. A branch of knowledge typically one studied in higher education. Oh, no, that's definitely not it. Verb, train to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Whatever I just said, I would just go with whatever I just said.
Yep.
Yeah, so discipline, the ability to do the things you need to do.
Oh, here you go.
Every day.
Orderly or prescribed conduct of or behavior. Oh my goodness. Orderly or prescribed conduct or pattern of behavior. I like that. Pattern of behavior, I think, is my favorite.
Sure. I like whatever the fuck I said. I think it's just great.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. I'm here for you.
What do you got? You like it?
This episode?
Yeah, what else you got?
For discipline?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just... you need it. If you want to start your own business, if you want to be a healthy person, if you want to better yourself, you need discipline. Because that is what's going to... like Shaun said, that's what's going to get you through those hard days. When you wake up and you're just like, I don't feel like going to the gym today, discipline is what's going to get you to that gym.
Yeah, here we go. So, how to have discipline. Right? Let's rip on that.
Yeah.
Routine.
Mm-hmm.
So, I love the gym. I've loved the gym. I've always loved the gym. But what made me consistent at the gym, dude, I'm telling you, throughout my high school career, I bet you I missed less than 1 week of going to the gym in 4 years.
That's impressive.
Yep. And it was because of my routine. Okay, so I'd get up, or so like get up, go to school, whatever. I made sure I had my gym bag with me, so my extra clothes. Mm-hmm. Made sure I had food. I was the motherfucker. Hey, can I go to the bathroom? I'd go to the bathroom on like a fucking around 10 a.m. to eat a PB&J in the hallway, you know? Or like it'd be like 2 o'clock and I'd be like, can I go to the bathroom, go fucking eat some shit in my locker so that I could train at 3:30 because the gym was right there. Mm-hmm. So I like made sure I had my shit with me, packed the car. So dude, I've been making sure I got a gym bag on me since fucking high school. Since I was 14 years old, I've been packing a gym bag.
That's impressive, dude.
Yeah, and so like every day I go to work, I go with my backpack, which is like essentially my school bag, right? Like fucking my backpack with my shit in, and then I got my lunch box, which I fucking always have my like some sort of lunch with me, some sort of like snack with me, and then my gym bag, and I've been doing that since I was like 14 years old.
I should get you like a bag that's all three of those in one.
Yeah, dude, 6-pack bags make them.
And they're like $200, aren't they?
Yeah, but I just don't know why I've never got them because they're like the greatest things ever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But so anyways, part of that is the reason I missed maybe in total 5 days of the gym in 4 years was because right when school was done, I always had my shit on me, and I'd go right up to the gym. Right at 3:30, I'd go into the locker room at 3:30, pre-workout, down the hatch, go upstairs, warm up for 10 minutes, go down, take a shit, because you always got to take a shit after your pre-workout.
Dude, you started that your body is still disciplined.
Fuck, dude. It's better now, though.
It is better, but it took you...
It took like 2 years to break that habit.
Yeah.
It like 2 years after quitting drinking pre-workout, I still would have pre-workout shits.
Yep.
So...
Sorry, continue.
But I started pre-workout when I was like 15.
That's why I wouldn't call it pre-workout shits. It was literally, Shaun would get to the gym, he could work out for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you'd have to go to the bathroom every single day. It did not matter. It did not matter what time we went to the gym, every single time. His body would start, you would start warming up, and your body just knew, I gotta take a shit.
Oh.
Sorry, continue anyways.
That's great. And so I would do that, and I'd get up, I'd hit my workout, and then I'd go do whatever. But it was the discipline that, like, I always had my shit on me. I never not had my shit on me. I remember one day.
You didn't?
One day I forgot my gym clothes. And so you know what I did?
Borrowed someone else's?
No, I worked out my fucking jeans. And I always wore Docs because I was gay. Worked out my jeans, my Docs, and I wore beaters underneath my shirt, so I just worked out my beater. Yeah. Not much has changed.
No.
I've gotten nicer boots. That's about it.
Yep.
What the fuck? And so that's what I did.
Oh, was there more to the story of like the last day of school? You said one time it was the last day of school and I always did this, and this. Or did you mean like after school?
No, after school every day. Sorry, like after school every day.
Okay.
I knew. So for the first 2 years of training, I trained Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And then the next 2 years, I trained Monday through Friday.
Okay, yeah.
Every day after. The only times I wouldn't train, so, like, sometimes I wouldn't train if I, like, had work or whatever. No, I always train those days, too. I don't know, but anyways, it was just a routine that, like, because I set my work schedule so that I would go into work at, I asked them if I could go into work at 5:30 and work till 9:30 to get my 4 hours so that I could
go to the gym,
make it to work, go home, repeat. But it was all about that routine. So I, like, every day, which was so beautiful about, like, I miss this, is that you're at school every day, and then as soon as fucking school's done, like, I'm already at the gym. Mm-hmm. I can't skip the gym because I'm fucking there. Like, yeah. And that's what, like, I would say for people, what's really hard about starting that routine of going to the gym when you're an adult, you have to drive to that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're not just there. You have to drive to that bitch. Mm-hmm. And I would say that's something I've struggled with since being done with high school, is like, I'm at home, I'm chilling, whatever, because I've never really had a set time that I'd go to the gym since I finished.
There was for a long time we went at 4 every single day.
Mm-hmm.
For like a solid year, because that was during the time that your mom joined us.
Right. So, like, did that, and then I also used to go right after, when I worked construction, I'd go right after construction, and then when I was in the powerlifting team. Mm-hmm. But besides that, like, I've been so sporadic with my trainings, and I just kind of get it in when I could get it in, and that's something that, like, if I said fuck everybody else, right? And I just set my time for my time, and that's when I gym. And like, if you want to join me at that time, you can, but that's when I gym, like the lighthouse theory.
Yeah.
It'd be so much easier for me to be in that routine because say I'm at the gym at 6 a.m. every day, then I'm just there every fucking day.
Yeah.
And I know that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
I know that's the best way for me to like be my best.
It's also like, I don't know, isn't it hard for you because you are now doing MMA as well? So you don't really want to go to the gym every day. Or do you?
No, I don't. I just know how much it takes it out of me. It's so hard. Like, training 10 times a week is so fucking exhausting.
Right.
And doing business and like life and shit's tiring. And I gotta eat so fucking much.
So anyways, so do you think you can be disciplined without having like a strict schedule? Or do you think you have to have a strict schedule?
No, it just helps a lot.
Makes it easier.
Way easier.
Yeah, makes sense.
But you by no means need it.
Yeah. Cool. That's what I got about discipline. It's important. If you want to be successful in any way, or you want to just better yourself in any way, you need discipline.
Yeah, 100% discipline is number one. If you, anything.
Read the Atomic Habits book by James Clear. It's really good about how to like get habits into your life, or how to start them, or how to change bad habits to good habits. It's a really, really good book on all that. And that is a good stepping stone to having discipline. So I highly recommend that book.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what I got.
Cool. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch you on the next one.
See ya.